So in New York, when you have an accident at work, you slip and fall down the stairs and you break your leg, that's very obvious that you've had an injury at work. There are also other types of diseases which we classify as repetitive stress syndrome. If you are a certified nursing assistant or a CNA and you're constantly lifting patients, you can develop over time a back injury. And there are also what they call occupational diseases, which is a legal nuance difference between a repetitive stress and an occupational disease because it has a threshold of indicating that it's peculiar to your line of work. So to that end, I represented a gentleman who had a neurological disease from his exposure to a toxin in the glue where he was working for 20 years. Essentially, the disease had the impact of where his brain started to eat away at itself. He had gone to see another attorney that was a family friend who was going to essentially, for the short-term disability that New York has, 26 weeks at $200, just get that for those people. Because of my experience in workers' compensation, the defense attorney who was there suggested that I reach out to these people because they had an entitlement, he thought, to workers' compensation. So I was able to reach out to this family and help them. And the benefit that it provided to this family was that this gentleman had 24/7 nursing care in his home. He had all of the proper medical care because I was able to work with toxicologists and find out that the toxins contained in that glue were what caused this very, very rare disease. He went to different types of doctors, and I was able to help set him up dealing and working with an occupational specialist who was able to rule out the two other causes that cause this disease. Unfortunately, this gentleman did pass away from his injuries, but I was able to also then have benefits for his widow. So this family that would have been devastated and going through bankruptcy because of the disease that this gentleman had did not have to have that experience. Although it was heart-wrenching and an awful experience that they had to go through, they didn't have the compounded problems of medical bills piling on top of them and who was going to care for this man when his wife had to go to work.